What's up guys, it's Matt here from Red Dragon Racing and welcome back to another video. Today we're giving you the full highlights reel from Tuesday's live open lobby stream. We did Group 3 racing sprints and covered a few tracks which you'll see in just a moment. But I'd like to apologise quickly and say that you're going to see an activate Windows sticker in the bottom right of the screen. That's a mistake on my behalf, so it won't happen in the next video. But for the actual video that you're going to see, I hope you enjoy the highlights, guys, and if you do like what you see, make sure to hit that sub button with the notifications on to be involved with whenever we go live. So without any further delay, let's get into the highlights. Let's get into it then. So there is your front row as it stands. Panam, Paco, Piero, Astral, Red Spat, Lockdown, Pepe and Brioche. They top out the top half of the grid. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to come out where? Let's find out. Away they go. So then, out front instantly, we have got Paco Jones, who enters the first bend in first place. However, Astral up the inside with that inside line takes the lead back off him. Spat has pushed himself up into third place as well, joining in the battle with Astral and Paco. They are going too wide now as they approach the chicane. The pack, though, by the looks of it, successfully has made it through the first section without any issue, or if not much issue at all. Let's see how they handle the chicane then. So Spat and Astral going too wide through the chicane to put Spat out on top in the M6. Astral goes wide and drops 2 positions down. Paco Jones now steps up into the second place, but it's taken off him quickly by Pepe, the Italian that's come out of nowhere in this M6 and has put that M6 up into second place. Spatula, of course, now running away with it in first place. Massive switch up of positions here, especially down here for the podium. Piero now diving up the inside, and Piero now puts himself in third place as well. Astral now fighting back to get third place, and he does so. Well, does he actually? Does he? Ooh, it's tight. It is neck and neck. Astral's got the inside line heading into the corner. First and second don't seem bothered here. Oh, Astral does. He uses that inside line just to tear in front of Piero ever so slightly. Now Piero's looking at a bit of a battle. Oh, no, Piero dives up the inside, though. He's not giving it in. Oh, big slide there. Maybe a bit of contact that came from Piero and Astral, but all drivers have gotten through it safely. However, with this battle, of course, Astral they're running wide, putting Piero now into third position. The pack does seem to be roughly with it. It's just Spatula out in first that seems to be pulling the gap. He's pulled himself a second gap out of DRS zone. He has got a 0.5 penalty above his head, which is going to come into play. But, well, second place Pepe has also picked one up himself. Piero, though, has broken free from the pack, and he is now in third position, looking rather comfortable here on the second lap. Astral then as well, he's in fourth with a penalty. Ooh, a 5-second penalty for Brioche. That's a terrible penalty, but he has dived at the inside. It must have been a car collision there. Let's have a look then. So we've got Brioche in fourth, who's got a 5.5-second penalty. That's going to cost him dearly. Paco Jones and Astral have both got penalties, but Astral, of course, is... oh no, Paco Jones doesn't have a penalty, so he'll be tearing off into fourth position. So then Piero up to second, as he didn't suffer with any penalties. Spatch has now also served his, but again, he kept that gap long enough. On board then with Spat, as he carries us round to mark the halfway point here at Watkins Glen. 1.5 second clear for Spat. Second place then for Frenchman Piero in his Valentino Rossi M6. That was very close to track limits though. Hopefully he doesn't pick up a penalty from that. And then just 1.5 seconds back from Piero is Pepe, the Italian, in his M6 in third position. Paco Jones then in fourth. He was on the front row at the start of this race. However, he's found himself in fourth and he's managed to run consistently enough to stay with the pack. And then we've got El Cupla, another newcomer in the Group 3 lobbies here, and he is thundering along in fifth rather nicely. However, he has got Panam, the original race leader, breathing down his neck in his LSR M6. That car's got a lot of presence in the mirrors, and so I'm sure Cupla's going to be watching it. However, he's got to check out the side window now as Panam dives around the outside, briefly takes fifth there, but backs off as Cupla defends the move off into the inside. Panam now going for the outside. Can he do it on the brakes round Cupla? Let's find out. He goes for the switchback and puts himself on the inside and up into fifth. Panam, though, up into fifth, has just made the move on Paco. Oh, no, sorry, on El Cupla. El Cupla, though, makes the move back. Beautiful battle unfolding between these two. El Cupla now defending within an inch of his life with that 911 RSR, making it one of the widest cars we can see on the circuit. But it's not just quite wide enough. That M6 gets an excellent launch in the hands of Panam. Into the first corner, slight bit of late braking, and he tucks ahead of Cupla. So then back from this pack or pack battle then, in 7th position, we've got Astral, the American on the home turf. He was very quick in the qualifying session. Let's see how he can do over the next 2 remaining laps. He's currently purple for the fastest lap. Can he take it off Spat? So Lockdown then in 8th position in that Marlboro Lamborghini. It's a gorgeous colour, that. Sangis, nice to see you back, bud. Brioche and Lino then having a little bit of a battle in their M6s. Tussling it out for 9th and 10th position. Brioche, of course, just skipping ahead of Lino as we jumped on board with him. Fantastic racing from these two. Gorgeous livery design on Lino's M6. I was a fan of that when I first saw it. But he's now just put himself back ahead of Brioche thanks to a bit of a late turn, I think, from Brioche, exiting that hairpin bend. Lino now running 9th position as they cross the penalty line. Brioche now is being tailed by Semi in the Orion Designs Esports Porsche. He's tailing down in 11th position. And then further back we've got Yama in the Red Bull Huracan, just trailing along in 12th position. But fair bit of a gap in front and behind, so looking rather comfortable for Yama on 12th at the moment. Hopefully, though, can see a little bit of improvement in the race. 13th then, and our final runner here is Gillababy Brownie in the Porsche. So we'll jump back on board then with the leader as we enter the penultimate lap then here. We've got a 0.5 penalty for Spat. That's unfortunate coming off the first corner. But, of course, it does happen. He's got a fair gap there to 2nd place in the form of Piero, who's also got a 0.5 penalty, so I don't think either one of those would matter. Piero, though, if he can't shake Paco Jones off much, Paco, of course, now pushing himself up into 3rd position, and Panam, the original race leader, down in 4th. But if Piero can't shake any more time off to Paco, he could be in a bit of a danger spot there, considering Paco Jones has absolutely no penalties whatsoever. Fantastic lapping for him so far. So then, after Paco Jones in 3rd, and there are our podium spots, we've got Panam, who also is suffering with a 0.5 penalty in 4th. He's had a fantastic recovery race as well. Pepe there just sliding out in his M6, but no penalties for him as we cross the line. He's got Culpa just up behind him. And then Astral very close behind Culpa as well, dancing that AMG all around in the mirrors. He dives up the inside there, but not enough room. As now in the better position to defend off here as well. And he does so. Astral is struggling to find that path past. However, Kupla just getting that wide exit, leaving the door open for Astral to sneak in there. That's unfortunate for Kupla. Fantastic defending up until. So now then, Astral is hunting down Pepe in 5th position. Can he climb further up the grid as we enter the final lap here at Watkins Glen? So far, it looks like the top 3 are pretty sturdy in their positions. Not too much going on between them all, however. It's looking rather comfortable for them both. They're lapping really consistently now. Paco and Piero then both through the chicane and onto the middle part of the track. Astral is now closing in on Pepe in 5th position. Astral, of course, a very, very fast racer and on comfortable ground here. Oh, there's been an incident. Piero from 2nd place has spun out. He's now found himself down in 4th, being taken by Pepe and Astral. He's dropped 4 positions there, down to 6th. Now potentially a 7th in the form of Kupla, and he does. That is a shame for Piero, but of course it means Paco Jones is back on the front row in 2nd place, his original starting position here at Watkins Glen. Panam now up into 3rd and Pepe into 4th. This is what Astral is now fighting him for. It's a wide exit there. It is a 2-way battle. Astral just nudging and shoulder barging his way through there. Pepe's now backwards. Oh no, what's happened there? Pepe just caught a bit of a slip. We know that corner catches cars out. It catches everyone out. It's just that slight off camber as you're coming onto the straight towards that longer bend. Anyway, 1st for Spatula, 2nd for Paco, 3rd for Panam, and 4th here for IRC Astral. 5th then Piero, Kupla in 6th. Piero well recovered to get 5th, and Lockdown in 7th. Pepe then in 8th, and then Semi coming across the line in 9th. Lino then finishing the race in 10th. Gilbert pushing himself up from 13th up to 11th. Nicely done. Unfortunately, Yama though, but nice strong finish in 12th, and then Brioche, commiserations buddy on the race, finishing there in 13th. Nice backwards finish for him as well. Fantastic. Here is your grid as it stands, but the fastest lap in total went to the Red Spatula with a time of 1:42.995. Who was closest to that time? I think it might have been Panam, I want to say, with a 1:43.295. It's the closest to that fastest lap. Very well raced indeed. Well, the calls come in just quickly. We've got it live here. It's Red Bull Ring is the next place we are racing at, and that's from Spatula. A 127.5. Wow. That's lightning. Right, by the looks of it, everyone is ready. So let's get underway. I'm going to jump on over to the stream chat once again. Best of luck in the race, fellas. So then, Red Bull Ring. Once again for the RDR lobbies, but in the sprint formation, not the longer laps. We've got Spat up front with Paco Jones once again on the front grid next to him. Pan Am, then Astral. Piero, Brioche, Semi, and Freddy. That tops out your top half of the grid. And away we go. So, heading up to the first corner then, Spat defends off the position from Paco. Paco, of course, though, is on the inside. He pushes over as much as he can, forcing Paco onto that inside. And by the looks of it, oh, we have had a few issues here. There's a few people backwards and sideways. That's not good at all. That's a shame for everyone that was involved in that. But hopefully you guys can recover quick enough. Spat, however, has kept his lead heading through the first corner and into the second tight hairpin now. A few more people there struggling on that second bend, but a main of the pack has made it through safely. We've now got Astral up in second place, chasing Spat down for first, with Paco right behind him, hunting his second place back. Pan Am now up into fourth. He dives up the inside and takes that third position off of Paco. Little bit of a fight and a wobble there. Paco having to lose another position from Piero to keep it clean. So then, Pan Am, Astral and Spatula are your top three as we finish off this first lap. Piero then down in fourth position. He was strong in the last race in that Dr. M6. Semi now in fifth position. Culpa in the gorgeous livery on his Hurricane. He's doing really well here in sixth in the rocked livery Hurricane. Lockdown then in the Marlboro Supra. He's doing well in seventh. He's got Paco Jones in eighth, who was second as we started this race. However, unfortunately, he's had a bit of a bummer of a race and has also picked up a penalty, which isn't good at all. Further down then, we've got Yama in the Red Bull Hurricane. They're doing really well here in ninth position just to keep things going. Gillababy in the Mazda here. The Adidas livery Mazda in 10th position. Freddy then just behind in the Rothmans Porsche. That's a gorgeous livery, Freddy. Maniac then in the Audi R8 in 12th position, followed by Johnny Sins 13th in his Beetle. And then Lino ringing up the rear in the gorgeous Michelin Hurricane. As we've jumped on board with it though, Astral makes the move up into fourth around Culpa. Culpa has nowhere to go in that Hurricane. He couldn't defend it off. There's such a wide section of track there for him to have made a move through. Culpa then just slotting in behind in fifth position. Further back down, we've got Lockdown, who's got Paco Jones breathing down his neck in that GTR. And then Paco's having to worry about Semi in his Porsche. A little bit of attacking, a little bit of defending going on for Paco. He's got it all going on around him. Semi has just snuck by though. I think Paco might have been looking for a move on Lockdown and left the door open for Semi unintentionally. Oh, Lino and Johnny Sins actually having a bit of a nasty battle there. I'm not too sure what happened. We've jumped on it and Lino is backwards. You're going to have to let me know what had gone on there, Lino. But yeah, I think there was a fair bit of contact, maybe a little bit of foul play. We are going to be seeing a little bit of a change underneath the podium spots in the form of Astro in fourth position with a 0.5 penalty. Culpla breathing down his neck. So anyway, Culpla now up into fourth. Astral, though, he is still right behind him in the tow. He's not giving Culpla a break at all. Lockdown, of course, is just 0.8 behind. He's having his own little battle and having to defend off Paco Jones, who looks to slip by him as well. We could see a double move here from both pairings heading into this second hairpin of lap 5. This is fantastic racing. Astral then up the inside, and Lockdown does so too, pushing Culpa back 2 spaces. Culpa, though, catches that space back from Semi. He nearly lost that for a second. A second penalty for Yama, which is unfortunate. They've moved themselves up to 7th. It's a fantastic run from 9th or 10th from what we saw them earlier. Just running a little bit wide there, unfortunately. So then, the focus changes back to El Culpa and Semi, tied in their own little battle for 5th and 6th position as we're heading towards the final lap for these fellas. Around this first corner for the final time here tonight. Can Semi make the move there? No, Culpa defends it off nicely. By the looks of it, it's going to be a fair old tussle between these 4 now, as Lockdown and Paco have caught up to Semi as well. Lockdown just putting himself ahead of Semi, heading up into the second bend. Can he dive up the inside as we'd seen previously, put himself up into 6th and keep it? Yes, we can. Semi, though, did get a very nice exit, so he is right on the bumper of the Supra. He's breathing down his neck now. Oh, however, Semi's picked up a 0.5 penalty. That is a shame for Semi's race. He'll be serving that now, but he will be dropping out of this battle, I believe. So Paco Jones will move up to 7th. He may even move up now. It's a tussle for it. It's a big tussle indeed. Pushing and shoving on the track. Elbows are out from both drivers. Neither one given an inch. Neither one want to lose the position. Semi, of course, with that penalty, as he knows. But yeah, he's lost it, unfortunately. That is that. 5th position for Culper. 1st for Spatula. 2nd for Panam. Piero coming across the line in 3rd. Well done. Astral then in 4th position. Fantastic race, buddy. Lockdown now, though. A wondrous move for Lockdown. It's a 7th for Culper. 8th for Semi. Yama coming home in 9th. 10th for Freddy. Let's just go back up, though, and just appreciate the Lockdown and Paco having a photo finish there. Culper saying that Lockdown is dirty. What had gone on there? You guys are going to have to let me know if something's gone on. Manak, though, coming home in 11th place. And then El Johnny Sins in the Beetle, finishing the run in 12th position. So what happened there between Lockdown, Paco, Culper? What had gone on between you guys? Because obviously, well, Culper, I'd seen that you were ahead of the pack heading to that penultimate corner. Give your position back, Culper, from the first drive. I gave your position back, Culper, from the first dive. Okay. Is there anything that we need to go back and check from that race, guys? Is there anything that you want me to have a look at? Graphic saying Monza. Spatula, though, well done on picking up a twin victory here in the RDLRB so far. I think this might be the clip from Lockdown regarding the incident with Culper. So last corner for Culper is where the issue happened. Obviously, yeah, we saw Culper leading the pack here in 5th. Lockdown is making a bit of an approach here.
What the hell?
Okay, no, this does not go flat.
I don't think there's any contact there. No, it's just yeah.
Especially
Lockdown. I think.
Not in the Porsche.
I hate to say it, Lockdown. However, I think that might have been.
No.
Yeah, like looking here, that's a late dive. You're on the inside, and then yeah, there's a bit of contact on the inside then with Culper, pushing Culper wide. And also looking at the line, you also didn't leave much room. Lockdown, I'm just going to give you the straight honest opinion of what I think here. I think you may be a little touch in the wrong there, bud. It's like, if we look, yeah, just as you come around that, there's nothing wrong with anything else apart from here. You're late on the brakes there, there's nothing wrong there. Little touch there, that's fine. It's just your line here, it does put you faster. You know, it puts you faster, you're coming up onto the inside, but it's just that dive. Although I understand it, you know, it's last lap, last corner, it's all to play for. You know, I get it. It happens. That's just what I'm looking to find out now. It's just that everyone's ready to go. Everyone's put a lap in. They're happy. Let's go. I mean, you don't even have to be happy. You just go. There we go. Let's get underway. Fellas, in the chat, best of luck. I shall catch you after the race. So, your grid then, as it stands, is Yama out in front. Pole position for Yama. Fantastic drive. Astral, Spat, Freddy, Panam, Culper, Semi, Lockdown, Grappig, Maynek, Biggs, Two-Step, Jolvo, Sins, Tolan and Lino. There's your 15 cars. Let's get underway. Lights out and away they go. 6 laps then around the Nürburgring GP Sprint Circuit. Yama straight away over to the inside and covering that line nicely. Astral moving to the outside to try and make a move. Does the grid get through cleanly? Yes, they do. All 15 cars managing to fight their way through this first corner beautifully. Yama, though, in the Red Bull Hurricane, just holding that first position. Panam has stretched himself up into second place to complete a German 1-2 as we start the Nürburgring GP Circuit race. Astral then is battling it out with Spatula, of course, who I think this might be the first race that he hasn't just disappeared off into the lead. A fantastic little battle has formed, but Spatula does come out on top and is now up into 3rd position, chasing down Panam and Yama. But by the looks of it, Yama, the newcomer for the lobby, who hasn't actually had too much success in the other races, Yama is tearing away with it now, with Panam closely following behind. Astral then, the American in that AMG. He is just behind Spat in 4th position. He doesn't want to give that 4th position up easily. And then Semi is there down in 5th. He's having a little battle himself with El Kupla in 6th position in that rocked Hurricane. Gorgeous livery on that. Jolvo then back in his graffiti almost designed Porsche. Really, really cool livery. I still don't even know that the main... I think it's Mountain Dew is the main inspiration for it. But anyway, it's a gorgeous livery nevertheless. He's in 7th position with Freddy in that really nice Ferrari running just behind him in 8th. Graphic further back then in his 911 Porsche. Followed by Big Two-Step, the Fast Polski. That's him, the Fast Polski there in 10th position in his Supra. Followed by Lockdown in the Marlboro Ferrari. Who's then tailed by Mainek in his Audi R8. Followed by Tolan in the old school Silhouette, and then Lino in his M6. El Johnny Sins then in the McLaren, just ringing up the rear then in 15th. So Pan Am has made it past Yama now in 2nd place, and Yama's having to defend off Spat and Astral as we're on the 2nd lap here. Yama's doing so brilliantly just so far, but Spatula is all over him. Neither one are given an inch here, especially not Spatula. Yama, though, just managing to get out relatively unscathed in that section, and onwards with the attack again from Spat. It's a dangerous position to be in there, and Spat just budges himself up the inside, placing that M6 gorgeously in front of the Hurricane. That's a shame, Yama. Hopefully, though, Yama can stay fast and with the pack. Maybe even battle back for that 2nd position. Let's see. So far, though, Spat just slightly pulling away from Yama. Yama running a little bit wide and putting himself into the traps of Astral. Bit of a struggle there from Astral. Just keeping that Mercedes under wraps. Yama has dropped behind Astral. I think there may have been a move there. Ooh, big wobble from Spat, and it puts Astral up into 2nd place. Chasing Pan Am. Big wobble from Spat there. Yama now back up onto the podium in 3rd position. Oh, there was a bit of an incident. Something happened there. I saw an apology coming across from Pan Am. That's a shame. Anyway, Astral now, though. Astral now up into the lead after fighting Pan Am for that position. It's been given over. Not too sure what happened, but there wasn't much of a fight from Pan Am there from what I'd seen when I tuned in. Astral positioning that AMG beautifully on the line. Hey, DJ, how you doing? Or Mario, sorry. How you doing, buddy? The creator for the thumbnail here. Well, not creator for the thumbnail, but the image provided for the thumbnail by DJ. Astral then, though, running wide on that first corner on the 3rd lap, and it's allowed Pan Am to take back the lead. Yama has pulled a fair gap now in 3rd position from Spat. Spat, of course, with a 0.5 penalty due to a shortcut, and he had that little bit of a wobble, which is a shame. So then, Jolvo and Coppola now fighting for 5th position. Coppola placing that Lamborghini beautifully on the line. Semi then just further back in his push in 7th position, having his own little battle with Marlboro, or with the Marlboro livery Ferrari in the hands of Lockdown. Big Two-Step then, the Fast Polski, has moved himself up into 9th position. Maniac then in his R8, just coaxing along in 10th position. Freddy then in 11th position, just giving Maniac a bit of a headache in his Ferrari. Not giving an inch either side there, both of them. Oh, Maniac has gone off. I'm not too sure if that was contact from Freddy. Freddy having a bit of a wobble as well, but it means that Maniac has dropped down to 13th position. Lino and Tolan taking advantage of that move there. Lino there, now 0.7 on the back of Freddy in his Ferrari. Potentially looking to become dangerous for Freddy. Freddy just running wide there and picking up some dirt on his tyres, putting Lino into a very great attacking position indeed. Yeah, it's looking like it's heating up between these two. Lino there looking for the inside, but the door is shut by Freddy. No thank you, not today, he says in his Ferrari. Lino's going to have to find another way of attacking on the outside. Tolan then has now got Maniac just slowly approaching behind. This would be Tolan. He's chosen wisely. May not be the fastest car on track. It may not even be the most ample car on track for the corners. But it is one of the most gorgeous cars to look at. Look at it. Even in its standard livery design as the game provides it to you. It's just such an iconic car. Fair play, Tolan. I am very impressed with the choice. Oh, big spin from the Polski. Big Two-Step. Unfortunate there, my friend. Hopefully you can recover. I have some problem with pedals, says Big Two-Step. Oh, that's a shame, man. Hopefully you can sort it out, though. You're not last, though. We've got Johnny Sins running in last, but he's still coaching along lovely. Fair play, buddy. It's looking good for Pan Am. I can't lie. He's doing really, really well here. Spat has had a bit of an incident. It's pushed Jolvo up to 4th. Not too sure what happened there, but unlucky Spat. Freddy, though, hasn't really got much of an attack here. Oh, yellow flag, what's happened? Jolvo. Jolvo's had an incident. That puts Lockdown, Culper, and Semi all around. Culper now up into 4th in that rocked Hurricane. Yama now approaching the back of Astral. Astral potentially in a bit of a danger spot here. He's got Yama attacking now on the penultimate lap. Just about halfway through the lap here. What can he do? It's going to be all signal go for defense for Astral. He's going to make that AMG as wide as possible, but Yama is all over him. He is pushing hard to make it a German 1-2. Can it unfold for him? Oh no, it's a 0.5 second penalty for Yama. He pushed just a touch too hard there, and of course has picked up a track limits penalty. That is a shame. Astral hasn't. He's managed to keep it clean in the lay-on. So in a sense, well defended by Astral. Semi also having a bit of trouble now with Lockdown in his mirrors in that Marlboro Ferrari. That's another gorgeous one to be seeing behind you or in front. So final lap then, and as it stands, your grid looks like this. We've got Panam out in front in the Monster Citroen. We've got Astral in his Leon Pyramid AMG in 2nd place. Yamaha in 3rd position in the Red Bull Hurricane. Culper then in the Rocked Hurricane in 4th position. And Semi in the Orion Esports Designs 911 RSR in 5th. Bit of a slide from Semi there, but he's covered it nicely. Lockdown, though, has taken a bit of advantage from it. He is right behind him. He's got Spat, of course, breathing down his neck as well. But that 0.5 penalty is going to come into play past the penalty line. Further down, then, we've got Jovo in 8th position, who, of course, was in 4th, but had an unlucky slide and found his position in behind Panam. Or not behind Panam, sorry, behind the Spatula. Freddy, then, in 9th position, doing well in his Ferrari, with a 6.3 second gap behind Tulino in 10th position in that Alpina Red Bull M6. Graphic then up in 11th position in his Helldivers 911 RSR. Tolan, of course, in that gorgeous Skyline silhouette. The Canadian running in 12th position, followed by Maynak in his R8, who's just putting a bit of an attack and laying it on him. But he's also got Big Two-Step, who hopefully has sorted his pedal box issue out, just running behind him in 14th. And then El Johnny Sins ringing the rear in 15th. We're on board with Panam in that Monster Citroen. Let's watch him across the line then for the last race in this lobby before we hit a lobby reset. Fantastic run by Panam this evening. It's been a great run all in all. Dominant race indeed, and there he goes up along the pit wall to say hello to the team as he comes across in 1st. 2nd place to Astral, and 3rd to Yama. Congratulations on your 1st RDR lobby podium. Culper then, very, very close to a podium indeed as well. It would have been a 1st here in the lobbies, but congratulations, Culper. 5th position for Semi, 6th for Lockdown in that Marlboro Ferrari. Jolvo in 7th, and then Freddy in 8th. Fantastic racing. Lino just coming across the line in 9th position. Big Two-Step then coming across in 10th. Followed then by Maynek. Or Tolan, sorry, just getting himself... it's Tolan and then it's Maynek. I'm not so sure what's happened there, but they've finished in separate orders. Graphic then in 13th position. And I'm not too sure what's happened to Spat, but he has crashed out in 14th. El Johnny Sins now putting his toe down to try and complete the race. So yeah, we've just seen Spat now. He's dropped down to last place. Not too sure what happened in total, but it means Johnny Sins has pulled up a position. He's no longer last. So congratulations, my friend. I'm not too sure if you're going to make the race timer as it's a 90-second finish timer, but congratulations on 14th position either way. So that's your grid as it stands. Panam with the fastest time, 471 subs. Thank you very much, whoever that was.
Let's go. 2 laps.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to hit it in the evening.
God blesses you, Panam.
You have got great balance as well,
Oh my
by
god,
the way,
yes,
guys.
it's getting even better.
Lobby is live. Jump on in, fellas. You're looking for the Nordschleife and, of course, the RDR in the title. No, it's 2 laps of the Nordschleife because we're doing sprints, aren't we? We're trying to keep it. And the thing is, it's hard,
Oh
isn't it?
my
Because
God.
if it's both of you messed up then, and neither one were at fault. Whoa! nicely avoided both of you, and so you've done really well to keep going there. Right, Panam's on track, so let's get started. I'll jump into. Right, let me jump over to my thingy. Best of luck in the race, though, fellas. We've got Yama up on pole. Of course, first podium for Yama in the RDR lobbies in the last race. Graphic, Orion, Freddy, DJ, Astral, Panam, and then Jolvo. Behind Jolvo, we've got Tolan, Lockdown, Semi, Culbert, Two-Step, Alagon, and GHGA. Away we go here for the 2 laps at the Nordschleife. We recently just finished the Nordschleife GP circuit, and this was picked by Panam. Yama, though, in first position in that AMG, just starting to tear away already. Just a 1.5 second gap from Yama to Grappig already. That's fantastic. Orion is fighting Grappig already here. Behind Orion is Freddy in his Hurricane, and then DJ in the SLS. That's a gorgeous livery, though, DJ. DJ having his own little battle, though, with Astral and then Panam. These are some big guns and some fast drivers here up the front. Bit of an off there. Someone has come off. It's Astral in the RCF. I'm glad that he's able to recover it, though. Jolvo, who's tucked himself up the inside. Fantastic little sneaky move there from Jolvo. Tolan then in the Genesis, running in 9th position currently, with Semi in the Red Bull M6 just behind. Lockdown with a 0.5 second penalty then, matched by Kulbo with a 0.5 second penalty. And in between those two is Big Two-Step in the Alpine Supra with no penalties. Just watched El Kuba run a fair chat wide there, and that's unfortunate. And so yeah, that corner can catch a lot of people off. Just running wide there as we head down into Foxhole. JHJ then, just ringing up the rear in 14th, with Allegon just behind in his AMG GDR. That's a gorgeous livery on that as well. Fair play. Right, anyway, let's jump back on board with the leadership because there has been a change. Orion is now up front in first position. Yama is now dropped down to 4th, which is a shame. But it means DJ in the SLS, 2nd position. He's got Panam just under a second out behind him in his 911 RSR. And, of course, Panam is having his own little battle with Yama and Astral. Yama's now the one in the sandwich that has to look at attacking and defending at the same time. Not the easiest position to be in, but, of course, Yama is holding it nicely. He's got Astral there trying to sneak up the inside, but he just quickly shuts that door, but as well keeps the toe on Panam. Fantastic driving from Yama. Astral now, though, having a little bit of a slip and slide. He's got Jolvo breathing down his neck in the KUS Porsche. That's a bit of a tussle between these two. Top of the grid then, looking real lively here today at the Nordschleife. Jolvo still not letting his foot off of Astral's neck. Astral's struggling to keep that RCF in tow, but he's doing so nicely. It could potentially be even a battle here between 2nd all the way down to 6th position, tied in a battle. The only one that seems to be clear so far is Orion, who's managed to put that Porsche with the RDR logo on the rear 2 seconds ahead on the first lap as we step about halfway here on the Nordschleife. So then, DJ clearing just about a second now down to 3rd position, which now is currently occupied by Yama. Yama has made a move on Panam in the 911 RSR. Panam, of course, not happy about it, and he wants the space back, not giving an absolute inch of space between them there. Barely fitting a credit card up until the little gap that's just formed now. Panam, though, still battling away, and he's got Astral just up behind him. Yama runs off wide, sorry. Oh, into the wall for Yama. That's unfortunate, and it's a reset, putting him all the way back down. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, Panam now occupying 3rd position in that gorgeous livery on the 911 RSR. Astral in 4th position, still with Jolvo breathing down his neck. Neither one wanting to give in, but both hunting for a podium position themselves. One is on offer, of course. Panam just 0.6 seconds ahead. Anyway, DJ has caught up to Orion here in 1st place, putting a battle on the table for the podium. Orion, though, just holding DJ off as of current. DJ is putting that SLS all over the mirrors of the Porsche, though, either side, not letting an inch of room go. Panam now being able to catch up due to that battle. Orion is having to defend heavily as DJ is pushing hard. Culper, ooh, big penalty there for GHJ. That's unfortunate. And just as he's trying to get back on the track, he's caught Yama up in the incident as well. Semi threading the needle through there. Freddy doing the same as well. Fantastic avoidance between Semi and Freddy. So then, Panam and DJ are now battling. Oh, well, DJ's in the barrier now. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Panam's now out in front, putting Astro behind him in 2nd place. Jolvo up into 3rd. A complete change of the leaderboard. However, we've got Lockdown over the 4-second penalty. I'm not too sure what's happened with that, but that's going to be a catastrophic change towards the end. Let's hope that he can keep his pace up a bit from Tolan to be able to keep that position there. But of course, DJ now, who was just competing for the lead with Orion, down in 7th position, these guys are now back in the mid-pack. So now these two have got the whole lap to work hard here for the final time around the Nordschleife and see if they can improve their position. As of current then, the top 3 are tied into their own little bubble. We've got Astro and Jolvo, the closest of the 2, or of the 3. Panam, though, now being cracked up on by Astro. Astro hunting that podium down in that RCF. Panam, though, of course, this is his home race. Same with Jovo. Neither one of these are going to give it in easily. Lockdown now, of course, he's still in 4th position with that penalty looming. Tolan, DJ, and Orion are all creeping there too. We've got Big Two Step in 8th, Culper in 9th, chasing him down. Semi then 12 seconds back in 10th, with Yama slowly behind him. Yama has pulled a bit of a gap here too, Freddy. Of course, Yamo did start this race on the podium. Unfortunately, the series of events has left them down in 11th place. Unlucky, buddy, but hopefully you can catch it back up now throughout this lap. Freddy then in 12th position in his Hurricane, followed by Grappig in his 911 RSR, and then GHJ in 14th position. Anyway, back on board with Panam then, who is now 2.2 seconds clear in the lead. He's looking good for first position here as we're just entering sunset at the Nordschleife Nürburgring. Astral in 2nd position as well in the IRC RCF, doing really, really well to keep that position. Still having a little bit of a battle, of course, with Jolvo. Jolvo's not in any dangerous looking attacking positions just yet, but he is definitely dangling away in the mirrors. Tolan then. Tolan's now tied in a battle with DJ, who was, of course, previously fighting for the lead. DJ now moving around the outside of Tolan on this bend. That's a fantastic move for DJ, placing that SLS onto the inside for the slowest corner on the track. Splitting a difference there between Orion, putting a traffic car in between them both. So now Orion is going to have to battle Tolan to be able to make it round. Panam then, his lead is growing ever slowly but surely, and he's now at 2.7 seconds in first position. Malik and Culper have just left. What's going on there, guys? Astral then in 2nd position. He's still got Jovo behind him. However, he's fighting hard to keep it that way. He doesn't want to lose 2nd position, which is understandable. Jolvo, though, has just taken it from him thanks to a wide line from Astral. Commentator's curse there. I'm afraid I shouldn't have said anything. The Canadian in the Genesis, though, holding nicely in 5th position, defending Orion off. Ryan then having to go wide there, unfortunately. But it is a German 1-2 around the Nordschleife so far. I wonder if they can keep that and translate it to the win. So then, Astral, the American in the RCF, chasing Jovo down now. Big slide from Astral, but he keeps it on the circuit. It is nice to see the non-meta cars doing well, though, especially at the hands of pilots such as DJ. DJ is running 4th position. He's just 4.5 seconds out from Astral, who is right on Jolvo now. Real tussle coming towards the end of this final lap. Astral wants his 2nd place back. He doesn't want it to be a German 1-2. He'd rather a German 1-3, with him splitting them both in between. Panam, of course, while this fight's happening, 5.5 seconds clear. A very dominant run from Panam, and that's 2 victories in a row for him. Astral and Jovo both running wide with their fantastic battle, both from pushing so hard that they ran wide entering that, but Jovo just recovering his car a bit better than Astral is able to. This little battle between Jovo and Astral, though, has ended with a 1.5 second gap between them both, a 6 second gap up front to Panam, and now DJ lurking with a 2.5 second gap here in 4th position. Tolan doing really, really well, though, in 5th position. Big Two Step has also pushed up really, really well to 6th position. Congratulations, bud. And Orion now struggling in 7th position, unfortunately. Commiserations, mate. Yinti had just a bit of a tough run. Has now got Yama, the previous race leader, and Semi both pushing. Yep, they both make it past him, unfortunately, so Orion is down in 9th position. It's all good, though. It happens. Just fighting for that toe to try and stay relevant, potentially take another position. Anyway, Panam has just come across the line in 1st, followed by Jolvo in 2nd, and then Astral in 3rd. DJ coming across now in 4th. Fantastic race, but in good recovery. Tolan in 5th. The Canadian in the Genesis. Followed then by Big Two Step, the Polish driver, in 6th position. Well done, buddy. So then, the fight for 7th position here at the Nordschleife is on. Semi is currently at the helm of it. Orion looking at the inside. Yama also looking dangerous there in the background too. Yama now setting himself up for an inside move on Orion. Orion now going late. Semi now coming across in 7th position. Yama in 8th. Not too sure what happened. Yeah, Yama in 8th, and then Orion finishing finally in 9th. Anyway, so Grappig in 10th position, just slipping and sliding that Helldiver's Porsche up towards the final bend. GHJ is now finally running, though. He is not in the way. That's all good. Sorry about that, Ryan. That was a deadly dive. That was a bit of a dive, I'm not going to lie. But I'm glad that you all were able to finish the race off anyway. Good racing from all of you. Freddie is now going backwards. So Orion deserves 8th, says Yama. It's a very humble opinion from himself, but let's have a look at the result as it stands. So Pan Am with the fastest lap of a 6:30.1. Wicked lap, and say, look, literally 3 seconds faster than second place. Big two-step, though, with a 6:31. I think that might actually be the second fastest lap. Yeah, it is. Second fastest lap goes to Big Two-Step, so nicely done, my friend. Jovo then in second place. It is a German 1-2, of course. Astro then in third position. Couldn't quite make it happen for him, but a fantastic race all in either way. DJ then in fourth position. A fantastic run from him. And then Tolan as well, the Canadian, coming through in fifth position in the Genesis. Big two-step, as said, the Polish in sixth position. Nicely done, buddy. Semi and Yama, the two German runners then at the bottom of the top half of the grid. M6 Endurance Model and Mercedes AMG for those two. Orion, Grapig, Freddy and GHJ unable to finish the race. Or, no, not unable to finish, sorry. Orion did finish in 9th, Grapig 10th, Freddy 11th, GHJ 12th. But of course, Grapig, Freddy and GHJ unable to run. But no, thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed this evening. It's been a pleasure to stream for you all. We'll catch you in the next one. So I've been Matt, and peace out.